live out there. Testing. So our comments are live. If someone can say, I see you, that would be totally helpful. I see you. Thank you. They see me here. No? End stream. Hi, Ben. Oh, Blaine says hi. Hi, Blaine. All right, there we go. We're up and running. Woohoo! Perfect. All right. Well, thanks for joining us this evening. We're broadcasting from Travois, the kind of almost headquarters of our little meetings that we do mostly. And we do have the board present. And thank you very much for coming out and taking your evening to spend with us. I'd like to thank pretty well the entire club, everybody out there. You guys made this past year a huge success, even though we had some pretty big challenges in front of us with the way the world was. We've obviously made some big progression in some places. The social side of it is a little off, but hey, that's the world. But we got a lot of great things to look forward to, and you may learn a little bit of that tonight and look forward to the future as well. Thank you very much again. So let's kind of get things going. Basically, we're going to do a little round table and have people come in front of the camera and discuss their roles and things that have happened in the past year, maybe a little look at the future. We do have our straight up board here, as well as Scott Richter from the city will be here as well to have a chat about things that are happening around town. And then at the end, we will discuss our new board and swear them in. So thank you very much, guys, and thanks for joining us. And let's get started right out of the gates with Mr. Richter from the City of Medicine Hat. Thanks.
Well, hi, everyone. Thanks, 670, for giving me the opportunity to talk. I think it's, as everybody, I think, knows, some exciting stuff happening with the city. So I'm just going to go through some notes and some progress about what the city's done this year. So we started off, as most people may or may have not known, we had the big plan to do 20 kilometers between Echodale and Gas City Campground. Unfortunately, due to a number of different things, and most of it being environmental, we started with 8 and we added 4 more, so we're 12. And actually, they just finished off that last little bit, not even a week ago. So it's great. I know it's been ridden quite a bit, and signs are up. It's looking good, and even our kiosks are up for signage next year. So we're looking forward to having more riders out there, and it's a great addition to our region. Next year, same. We're trying to. There's a number of challenges out there, of course, in terms of snakes being number 1, and 2, some environmental sensitive areas. We're working through those over this winter, and hopefully we can get to our stage 2 and get the last 8 kilometers finished off next year. So, talking about Lower Burnside, I know that Smithers Trail has always been out there as a talking one to do, and I'm actually working with Ben currently on alignment and working some environmental stuff there. Burnside on the west side, there's a significant snake hibernaculum in there, and a number of them actually. And we're working with Alberta Environment on proposed alignments or mitigations to hopefully keep the trail where it is, but it may require some other things. So more to come on that. I think that just the biggest thing, actually one more cool thing coming out, if you don't know already, there's a paved pump track being built in the old solar array. This is pretty exciting. I've seen some designs. There's going to be a beginner track and an advanced intermediate track with the possibility of extensions in the future. So I think this is going to be just a great addition, especially proximity to the existing trails. So big thanks to 670, working as a great partner with the city, great partner with the region in promoting biking, and that's what we're here to do. The city sees a tremendous benefit from the tourism, our riding season, and that strong partnership. I want to thank WTF for all their hard work on the trails. They look great, high level of professionalism, and easy to work with. So thanks very much, you guys. That's all I got. I'll leave it to KP. Thanks. Hey folks, if you don't know me, my name is Curtis Peters. I'm currently running the trail side of things for the 670 Collective. We had a pretty interesting year, a couple holdups, a couple good things happening. We started off with opening up Gravedigger. It's one of our cemetery trails. So I got punched in pretty early in the year, and that's seen quite a bit of traffic. We are hoping to continue to expand that cemetery area next spring as we get volunteers and if we're able to open up again and then have bigger builds. In Elkwater, we did open up Flatten the Curve, a new downhill technical type trail. That got opened up first thing in spring as well. And yeah, after kind of April, we didn't really do a single group build, partially because of lockdown, partially because of some fire risk in Elkwater, but mainly because of the time commitments to develop the ski hill. So if you're not aware, we have 4 trails open on the ski hill right now, and we are getting another 4, 5 yet this fall. Within the next 10 days, we should have a whole bunch of trails opening up. So if we get some good weather, definitely get out there. We're going to have a huge black flow trail opening up right away. We're going to have another blue flow trail, a whole other top to bottom black tech trail. We've got the easiest green trail that is now rideable out there. It's a half lap. It's coming off the climbing trail. That should be announced here any day as soon as some signs get up. And yeah, it's overall, it's been a really great year for trail development, even though we haven't been able to put the volunteer time in. We've got 16 kilometers of new trail between what we did in Redcliffe and Elkwater this year. So yeah, very productive. Looking forward to next year. We're going to have someone new sitting in my position. So if you're tired of looking at me, you'll get someone else to look at next year. And as always, if you are interested in getting involved, I guess you'll contact the board. If you want to build a trail, if you have an idea for a trail, if you want to do some maintenance, get in touch. We'll give you the tools that you need. We'll teach you what you got to do. We'll work with you on getting the right permissions, and yeah, let's make something your own. If you're interested in a certain region or area, just come open up a conversation and let's make it happen. So, with that, I will pass it on to Justin.
Oh, hey, Badgers. So, it was an awesome year. Nobody said it. I'll say it too. So, for moving forward for the new season coming up, we got some pretty cool things for merchandise happening. Right away, you're going to see restock at both of the bike shops. So, we'll have some toques and some beanies, which will be fun, and just a little restock on hoodies and things like that. The cool stuff coming is we're actually partnering with Mac Design Screenworks to do a online store through them. So right away, you're going to see on the private page, we'll have a link there, and there'll be about a 2-week window where you can go in, and there is a huge variety of merchandise so that you're going to be able to pick your sizes, your colors, whatever you'd like. It'll be branded with the club's logos, and yeah, you can kind of pick and choose what you'd like. They'll be handling and facilitating all of the processing for it, so you guys can get the merch you want without having to wait for me to get stock on everything. So that'll be kind of fun. Everything from, we got sweaters, there's gonna be t-shirts, we've got masks, we're gonna have gaiters, even like aprons. So for anybody doing home maintenance on your bike, you can have a 670 branded apron to have at home, which will be kind of fun for the garage or the workshop. From there, we are gonna keep stock in the bike shop, so don't worry, that merch isn't gonna go away, but it'll be a little smaller quantities. We'll still do hats and stickers and some fun stuff like that. Got a couple fun ideas for the new season coming up, so that'll be exciting. Probably the biggest thing that we're going to talk about that a lot of folks have asked about is a new kit for jerseys, cycling shorts, and even bibs for those that like to wear cycling bibs. We worked with a company that's been awesome to work with, Ascend Sportswear, and so we're going to have a brand new jersey this season. It will be short sleeve. It is a lockable zipper, And it's going to have 3 pockets in the back with a little stash pocket as well, which is kind of cool. They're very breathable, very lightweight, and extremely nice. So I'll try my best to display it for you. So these are the proofs. So I don't know how well that's going to show up there. It's all in club colors. I went off of kind of a Cypress Hills Elkwater vibe, but it's got all of our locations on there with their cool logos. And then we'll have a bib to match. Right now, we actually have all of the sizing kits in stock, ready to go. So keep an eye out, because right away there'll be a 2-week window at each bike shop that you can go in, try things on physically so you get the right fit, and then you can actually prepay, get everything pre-ordered, and then we'll have some new gear for the upcoming season. As always, if there's any merchandise you really want to see, you want to get a gift for someone that you just need help kind of figuring out how to do that, give me an email at 670apparel@gmail.com. Reach out to me at Cyclepath if need be, or even message me on Facebook, and I'm happy to help. With that, again, thanks for all the support we've had, all the merchandise that was purchased. It goes towards more trails and more fun, and I can't wait to see everybody next year and have some fun on bikes. Thanks, guys. With that, I'm going to hand things over to Andy. See you later.
Good evening. You probably don't ever see my face, which is how I like it. You may know me by white handlebars and red gloves on the YouTube channel, but now you get to see my face. So thank you very much for everyone tuning in tonight. I could say this year is going to be, it was awesome, and it was, so we'll just keep it going like that. This past year on social media, I'm the social media director, I guess. We have 123 subscribers on YouTube, with a total of 8,300 views in the last year. Our most viewed trail is Canadiana, which is the Blue Flow. For some reason, our 7th most viewed trail on YouTube is Sorry. So I don't know what's wrong with you people watching 18 minutes of wheezing and climbing. And 73% of our viewers are Canadians, so that makes sense, I guess, and the rest are Americans. We have over 1,000 followers and likes on Facebook. I don't know the difference between those, and 740 on Instagram. One thing we did this year was did a little bit of a Pink Bike blog post. They never picked it up for the front page, but it's still hosted on their site, and we kind of spread it around Alberta. We have 348 likes on that post and some good feedback on there too. So it seems like this little corner of the province is starting to show up on a lot of Albertans' radar, and we're really looking forward to that. Some goals for Ben doesn't want us to show up on the radar. He likes empty trails.
Bring them on.
He loves empty. Need more empty trails. We'll build more trails, and they'll just be as empty. So, goals for me are to finish getting some of our trails on YouTube. I don't have Cobble Miner on yet, or Tefra. Maybe some of the blues and blacks that are really boring in Elkwater if I have a shuttle driver, so I don't have to pedal up to the top. Yeah, and I'd like to do another article on kind of like that Pink Bike one this past year. So if you guys have any amazing photos, send them to me, Andy Kirschman, on the Facebook group. You can just message them to me, and we'll try to get them in there. I'd like to focus on some of the new trails from this past year that have been built, and kind of do something and keep that ball rolling and showcase what we've built in the past year, because it's pretty incredible. So you can email me at the Gmail account, the standard one, 670collective@gmail.com, or just message me on the Facebook group. That works just as well too. So we'll move it on to Chelsea for the numbers.
Hey guys, I get to talk about the numbers, which is everyone's favorite, I'm sure. So the way our club works is we run a fiscal year from October 1st to September 30th. So this is all the financial information in that time period. So I'll go through the balance sheet first. The balance sheet shows kind of what we had exactly on September 30th. So it's not necessarily what we have right now, but it's what we had at that time. So at the end of September, we had around $29,000 of operational cash. We also had around $111,000 of restricted cash. So what restricted cash is cash that's set aside for a certain project or activity. That cash there is set aside for the projects out in Elkwater. So while we have restricted cash, we also have a thing called deferred revenue, which matches that restricted cash. That just says that that money's set aside and we can't earn that revenue until those expenses have been made to use that cash. We had a little bit of inventory at year end, around 3,300. And then our plant, property, and equipment, so that's our tent, our tools, some of our machinery, has a net book value of around 11,000. That's kind of the overview of our balance sheet. We had a little bit of payables at year end just for some last expense claims that kind of snuck through at the end. And then we kind of will go through our profit and loss. So it was an amazing year thanks to our friends at Alberta Parks who had helped us organize and find contractors for the project out in Elkwater. That project, as at the end of September, has brought in $288,000. Our memberships are up by around $1,200 this year for $12,150. Our race, since we didn't have a race last year, our race killed it this year. We had revenue of over $21,000. We have a few other donations. Our trail donations this year were around $2,300. And our expenses, to kind of go over that, so our expenses for Elkwater match the revenue, just due to we can recognize the revenue when the expenses have been paid. Our race cost around $23,000, and a lot of our other expenses are just minimal. We had a little bit of repairs here and there. There was a bridge out in Redcliffe that was repaired this year, and then it turned out that we ended up with a profit of $700, which is great for a not-for-profit because we're not in the business of making money. So that's kind of all I have. If you have any questions, please feel free to mention on the Facebook page, and we can get anything clarified for you. I'll pass it over to Joel to talk about some other stuff.
Hey riders, this is Joel. As you heard, I'm the race director for the club. Had a successful race. Managed to hit that trough between the third and the fourth wave. It was a little bit touch and go for a little while, but we were really excited to have the day that we did. Started off hoping for 120 riders, blew that out of the park with a sellout in less than 24 hours for the first time ever. So we increased our registrations up to 150. So by far the biggest race we've ever had. Quite excited to see those kind of numbers, and it makes me think and brainstorm about what we're going to do next year. We'll try and keep it fresh. We'll try and call in the weather gods to continue to bless us with the weather we've had, because that kind of makes and breaks a race as well. Overall, though, exciting event. Hope to continue. Want to give a big shout out to Michelle and Ariel, who very much were the organizing champions behind this event, and looking forward to continuing with them again. If you've got an idea or something for the race next year, don't be afraid to reach us out. We've got our own Facebook page, the Battle Creek Showdown. Feel free to just message us there. That's about it for me. Ben, you ready?
Nope.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is awkward. All right.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Not named or yeah. I got that. Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for. I guess that leads me right into, you know what, I'd like to thank the existing board that is here right now, present and folks that are not here today. Allison didn't say anything. Astrid and Stu, I think, are the only two that are missing today. And everyone at this table right now. It's an awkward year with the way the world is, but I think we pulled it together quite well and did some great things in this area, and some great opportunities. And I'd like to thank everybody in the board for doing everything you do over the years, and people that are stepping off. Your time was, so it meant a lot to everybody in the area, I'm certain, and best of luck to the future as well. So on that note, I guess we'll have a quick chat about what's coming up on the board in the future here. We've kind of collectively decided, there's obviously taller people in this world than me. We'd like to, we've kind of taken our board and cut and molded it and streamed it down into into a little bit more of a trimmed format, which I think is going to be a more efficient way of going forward and getting decisions made and opening up ultimately in the end more space for people to come on board to actually help us out in accomplishing tasks that come up at hand. So going forward, we're going to have a 7-member board. There'll be a president, a vice president, a treasurer, a secretary, trails, past president, and a members at large seat at that board. Going forward, also, I guess we could call for an approval of the names that have been put forward for these roles. In president, we have Joel Heese. Vice president, we have Heath Matthews. Treasurer, Chelsea has said she'll stay on. Secretary would be Iridel Plant. Trails, Troy Seeley has stepped in once his neck brace is off. And members at large would be Justin Kurluck would like to stay on board with us as well. And the past president, well, that's me. So if I can get an acknowledgement to push that forward, Allison, Justin, Chelsea, many people are raising hands for that, so everyone seems to like that idea. So that's going to go forward if I don't see any objections anywhere. Nope. Perfect. So that's our new board coming forward to the next season. Best of luck, and there's more excitement to come, I'm certain. I think also going forward, as I said, that we'd like to open up space for more doers, for more people to step into roles of taking under tasks and little jobs that come up, different little areas that we'd like to look into. Please put your name forward if you want to jump in on that. And our new board will come up with these programs and ideas to go forward with that and the jobs that they want to get filled. Yes. I would truly like to thank the city of Medicine Hat for everything that they've done going forward, and opening up all these trails and the opportunities to do it. And the amount of back end work that's being done it's amazing what's being done on the back end outside of what's being seen out front. It may look like we've lost a couple things, but honestly, we have gained exponential from where we were even 24 months ago. So take what we have and love it, and we'll get there. It's just a matter of processes to make it happen. So bear with us, and it's happening. And Redcliffe, I'd like to thank that area as well. They've just been always champions of ours in making things work out there. The parks, I know Chris isn't here. He's way up north in the Yukon somewhere, I believe, with his sister, which is great because he's having fun up there, I'm certain. And Mike Radcliffe, Peter Swain, everybody out in the parks area, continuing to support what we do and believing in the fact that, like Scott said earlier, what we do is I truly believe is a driving force in the Southeast community and what draws people to this area. It's pretty big. It's awesome. So that's my thanks to the board. Thanks to the city. Who else do I have to thank? Oh yeah, the club. Everybody that's out there, everybody that makes this happen. Without the numbers and the people signing up and doing what you do and believing in what we do and putting your faith in what we do, there's none of this. And to see what's happening amongst this area, it's absolutely mind-blowing. I think it was it Andy that was talking about more people on the trails, and I kind of laughed, and Andy said, oh, Ben doesn't want people on the trails. The truth is, a quick little anecdote, a quick story is I have a customer that comes into my shop. He's in here working on wind turbines in this area. When he first came in, he moved from the Vernon area to work here on the wind turbines over the summer. He first came into my shop from the Vernon area, and he was kind of, whatever. I'm from BC. I'm from Vernon. Really good guy. Just totally loved his area. He was just in today, and a completely different story about what he's experienced in this community and in this area. Completely telling his friends to come out here and ride, loving the environment, loving the circle of people that are in this mountain biking culture, this outdoor culture. I laughed internally. I didn't say it out loud. I probably will give Sean a hard time about it. But the funny thing is that he came in with one mindset about our little southeastern prairie corner. He's leaving at the end of November to go back to Vernon with a completely different story, and huge props for our little area. One example of what we do, and it's not possible without the buy-in of the city, Red Cliff, Elkwater, the club, and this board. So thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you guys being a part of this and everybody for doing what you do. Yeah, if you have any questions, though, hit us up on Facebook, emails, anything. I've been on this board for too many years, and it's been a great experience. On to bigger and better, different things. And it's in great hands with Joel and his team. So thank you very much, guys. Anyone else? See you on the trails.